Good morning, good afternoon and good evening my crazies. My name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and I'd like to welcome you all back to this year's 12 Days of Christmas. So before we get started, if you could do me a big fat favour, if you could hit the like, that's that thumbs up, the bell, and make sure you click all. You will be notified of all of the crazy videos that I have up for offer this next coming few weeks and of course into next year. Right, so let's tell you a little bit about the 12 Days of Christmas. On my 12 Days of Christmas series, I like to show you patterns that I've created, patterns from other creators that I've had a go at and I've tested, so I can tell you whether they are fun or something to run from. And we have a look at some other little bits and pieces that may or may not be Christmas related. We will just have to wait and see what I can come up with. Right, so now let's go and head over to today's episode. I'll see you there shortly. Welcome back for day 7. Okay, so what have I got for you today? I've got a stack here, you see. I'm starting to build them up. I'm getting there. I really am getting there. Okay, so do we go small or do we go big? I think we need to go big, don't we? Because you guys need enough time, if you like it, to make one yourself. Right, so let's show you what it is. It is a cushion. Now please remember, the only cushion inserts I have were once square. Right, so my cushion insert, it was once square. I cut the corner off and yanked out some of the stuff in, and then sewed in an attempt to get around cushion insert. It didn't work. Okay, so this isn't quite round and it isn't quite square. It's quite a mess actually, but it still shows off the item. She says, giving it a good old splat. Right, so let me bring up the details so that I can see them. There we go. Now this here is the middle section of a blanket, okay, called the Sweet Caroline. Now this was a cowl back in 2017. It ran from the 14th to the 28th of July. Now this one, okay, is created by a lovely group called, or lady I should say, called Crystals and Crochet. Now it's crystalsandcrochet.com is where I first found the pattern. Thank you big sis for challenging me. I told you I'll get to it in the end. Now as I said, this is the Sweet Caroline. Now I have actually done the pattern twice. I was going to do a solid back, but my maths didn't work out quite correctly, so it looked like a mess and it wouldn't line up when it came to sewing the two panels together, so I gave up and instead spent an evening making another one of these panels. That's how quick it was. This panel probably took me about 3 hours, if that. I was disturbed quite a lot. I had to play with the dog in the lounge, I had to cook the dinner, Had to take dog out for a walk in the end, and all these other things that fell in when I'm trying to crochet. So yeah, so here it is. I'm trying to give you a good look. Now this one I have made in using 4 different scrap balls of yarn actually. The first one was the Signet Pateau Everyday DK in white. Then we move up to a glittery red, which is the lighter shade here. And now this one was from, I haven't got the brand label, guess who threw it? I believe it is a B&M, but it's an old B&M because I've had it on my shelf for a year. So the guarantee is that we won't be able to get hold of that anymore. Then the dark red here. This is the Signet Pateau Everyday DK in cranberry, and the green is the Signet Pateau in apple. Okay, so most of this is Signet Pateau Everyday DK. Now the only changes that I actually made to this pattern was I stopped at row 14, and this was row 14 here, which it gives us this green line. Now as soon as I saw that, I thought, that's it, that's the end of the cushion, because that makes a beautiful contrast. So then all I did was half a double crochet round, the same amount all of the way around, for 3 rows, okay, on both panels, and then I seamed them together. You can't see it, I love that seam. Yeah, so that is my differences and that is my amendments. Is it square? Is it square? Right, so let's give you a little bit more information on the Sweet Caroline. To start off with, what I'm going to do now is pop some pictures up of what it was meant to look like, okay, the colours that they chose for the original blanket. Not my colours. How cute are the colours that they chose. Right, so let's give you a bit more information. Right, so now I'm going to be a little bit cheeky and just read what they've written on the website. So they say this cow was designed to celebrate her Facebook group reaching 10,000 members. This is the pattern I always recommend as an introduction to her designs. The cow ran from the 14th to the 28th of July 2017 and is for a large Afghan square or cushion facing. Sweet Caroline is currently available in US terms, UK terms, Afrikaans, Arabic, Czech, Danish, Dutch, Finnish, French, German, Hebrew, Hungarian, Italian, Polish, Russian, Spanish and Swedish. There we go. So it comes in a set of, there's 5 videos in total. The first one of course is the introduction. So she will tell you the name and why she called it Sweet Caroline. If you can't guess and you're not singing the tune, what's going on, gang? It's already stuck in my head. Okay, so she has the introduction, and then part 1 of course is the pattern itself, which is the main pattern that I used, and then part 2 has the last row of the cushion pattern that I used, and then part 2 will carry on as well as part 3 and part 4 into the final, so that it shows you how to actually make it as a square. As it should be. Not the hot mess I've got sitting by the side of me. I call it a hot mess, but I do actually like it, so I've not got an issue with it. So as I said, there are the 5 parts to it. So right, so what I'm going to do is add some links up here and some links in the description box down below. They will take you through to the website, and of course to a video 1 in the set, so that you can go and have a nose. If it's something that interests you, you can have a nose, you can go and make one, and honestly in 3 days time or 3 evenings time you will have your own new cool cushion cover. And if you thought that cushion or the pictures I showed of their cushion wasn't cute enough, you want to check out the rest of the patterns. There are round, there are square, there are cushion covers, there are big fat blankets, and they are all stunning, absolutely stunning. One day I will make one of them, but not yet. Not for a while yet. Right, that is it for me for today. Have an absolutely lovely morning, afternoon or evening, and I will see you all really, really soon. So if you can, please stay in. Definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody.